It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
Space. A vast, dark void in need of exploration. Yeah, right! Space isn't about exploring, it's about getting rich. What's the fastest way to get rich? By collecting the splinters of Yggdrasil for glorious bounty. Too bad it's also the quickest way to get dead. Join Mistress Craven and her crew of scantily clad scoundrels as they sail the stars in search of the splinters of Yggdrasil. Magic, mayhem, and miniskirts in space. Go to abochrysly.com to learn more. See you soon, matey.
Just sit right down, relax, open your ears real wide and say, give it to me straight, doctor, I can take it.
Kick the chocks out from under the wheels. Flaps up. No offense, Margaret. Contact. We're off. Rum, rum.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
Oh, what heights will hit? On with the show, this is it.
On with the show, this is it. Hail, everybody. Welcome to the show. Glad to see everybody in the chat. Without further delay, let me bring in the lovely co-hostess of the hour, Miss Christy.
Hey, Hot Lips.
No offense, Margaret. Flaps up. Was he really calling her boob saggy in that clip? I don't know. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Abbo.
Hey, Carrie.
Immortal
Aaron.
Rising.
What's up, Aaron?
All things serious. What's going on? Hey, in case you guys haven't noticed, Tanner's away on assignment.
What's his assignment?
Repairing his car. He blew a transmission. Ooh. Hey, Scarlett, what's going on?
Hello.
Scarlett, I gotta make sure she's got a wrench.
Hey, Doc, I'm going to do the thing that's somewhat cringy, but people should be doing it. I see 9 live people viewing this. Remember to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're not. And if you really want to be a good friend, share this stream out. We really want
Whoa.
people watching us in the morning if you're on the West Coast.
Yeah, this is not morning.
It is.
Ah,
I'm still drinking my coffee.
well, me too. Miss Christie is taking a break for the switchboard at Sterling Cooper. Shut up, Darren. Damn it. Carrie
What?
says that Christie is the reason that she watches the show.
Oh, Carrie's trying to boost my ego a little bit because I said mean stuff about myself the other day. That is what I said too, Abbo.
Abbo, damn
and then
you.
I deleted it.
Abbo, damn you. That's I may have misspoke. Let's not clip that, shall we? Oh my God, what a week it's been.
Has it?
Have I heard of Ev Muck's streaming
Oh,
service?
EV Mux.
I have not. What about it?
That is what I use for my
Ah.
show. Mhm.
So
It's
having
pretty good.
yeah, having experienced it, I don't like it.
No, you came back before we were using that.
Yeah, see, terrible. No, I don't know. I don't know anything about them. I use StreamYard because it's what I know, and I use the free version because ain't no damn way I'm paying them the kind of extortion money they want for all the bells and whistles. We just make do on raw talent here instead of gimmicks.
What is a gimmick anyway?
I don't
Probably what I do on my show
I
is
don't
full of
know.
gimmicks.
No, your show is a wonderful variety show. Would you stop self-denigrating?
I can't help myself. I've
It's
been told to shut the fuck up, Christy, many times.
not here. So shut the fuck up with that shit.
Yeah.
I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. Hey,
Darren. He's gonna hit. Wait, they took the thumbs down away, didn't they?
no, it's still there.
Okay.
Feel free to give us a thumbs down. I don't give a fuck. Interaction's interaction. Darren had introduced me to a website called Social Blade, and you can look up any YouTube creator and it'll give you all their stats, their views, how much money they're making, whatever. And it's actually kind of sad.
How do you mean? Sad because you're viewing yourself and you're making no money on YouTube?
Oh,
or-
no. I was already aware of that. Believe me. It was like I go to some of the huge creators that I follow, and it's like this guy made $362 last month for his millions of views. What the hell? Jesus, Darren. When she snatches your beard off, rolls it up, and smokes it, I don't want to hear nothing out of you. See, not so much in the business to find the chin toupee of Doc's very distracting. Listen. What am I going to do with the chat? They're being horrible. God, I love it. So, in case you guys didn't catch the news, the 3-hour tour of the astronauts to the tropical space station. Yeah, they finally came home. The castaways have returned. Kind of sums up the last few years, doesn't it? Joe Biden sent them up there on a dilapidated bullshit space capsule. They get stranded. Trump gets elected and says, "Hey, Elon, go get our astronauts." He says, "Okay," and he goes and brings them home.
Hey, can you give a brief description of exactly what happened? Because I was trying to backstage when you said we were going to talk about it to look it up so I'd be informed, and I didn't even know this was a thing.
It's oh god, Darren, who doesn't believe space is a real thing, asks, "Where do they get their air?" Same place submarines get their air. Darren, you might know a thing or two about that. basically they went up on was it the Boeing Starliner, and it was glitched. Something went wrong inside the capsule, so they didn't trust it to bring it home. It returned unmanned, and so they've been up there this whole time. They were supposed to go up for a very short stay, but they've been up there for months, and so Elon went and got them. Oh,
That's
God.
cool.
Carrie. I'm not horrible. Just concerned you cut the toupee too small, so you put it on your chin. Look, I'm even helping you rip into me because you got that wrong. But oh, sweet Lord, have mercy, Darren. You know what? Do you know what a rebreather is? Are you familiar with that concept? Jesus Christ. The space. Look, let me sum up Darren's argument for you guys. Space ain't real. The space station is not real. Don't believe your lying eyes if you see it with a telescope. And nothing NASA is real. Earth is flat. Blah, blah, blah. That's some of that up good for you, Darren. Anyway, they went.
I like Darren's open mind.
I don't think that's an open mind. I think that's a short-circuited brain. No, I didn't say CO2 scrubber. I said a rebreather. Hey, Tree Goblin, what's up? Yeah, the Earth is flat. Absolutely. Oh God. Anyway, good Lord have mercy. Let me consult with my notes over here. The other one, I've been fighting libtards on Facebook more than usual here lately because 1, it's fun. 2, it's easy. 3, you can do it with half a brain cell tied behind your back. The activist judge that decided he somehow had executive authority, to do shit like order the executive to not enforce the law. Everybody's going, Trump ignored a judicial blah, blah, blah. Hear this, okay? If Trump orders a carrier battle group to move from one ocean to another, no district judge can countermand that order because it's clearly part of the executive authority.
Indeed.
So is deporting criminal illegal aliens. It's also executive authority. So no, he didn't need to clear it with that judge or return them until the case is heard by the Supreme Court. Get the fuck out of here. So in response to that, a conservative activist judge has banned the First Amendment rights of that liberal activist judge, calling it old law and not valid. So shut up until you take it to the Supreme Court, because what the fuck kind of idiot are you? Jesus. The earth is fat. No, it's not. Hold on a second. Darren, I'm not going to debate you while I'm trying to do a show. I'll bring you on and debate you if you want. And then finally, today, we had yesterday, the JFK files were released. And holy shit, it's a nothing burger. So there's a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of lies about what it says and what it doesn't say. Yep, I know. They do.
Well,
and so, yeah. And so we've got Justice Roberts going out there saying Trump can't do that. And one of the leftists I was debating brought that up and said, well, what do you do with that? I said, is that a Supreme Court ruling, or is just Judge Roberts throwing his opinion out into the ether like anybody in America can? It's not a Supreme Court ruling, so let me check under the heading of shut the fuck up, you're wrong.
Yeah, well, the leftists love taking any kind of crumb they possibly can and raying and scream about it because CNN told them to as well.
This, the one I posted was, what was it? We must save the environment. How are we going to do that? I've got a great idea. Let's burn all the EVs that we told people to buy. Great idea. Scream! Make it make sense. It doesn't. So I guess to get through all this, Christy,
Yeah.
we need to just dive into meme review and work through it because
I'd like to.
your phone is triggering your microphone to go.
Oh, really? Is it still doing that?
Yeah, it just stopped. Just
Okay.
now stopped. That was weird. I've never seen that happen before. Conspiracy theory, Darren, get on that. Somehow the Earth being flat made that happen. Hey, let's do meme review, shall we?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Are you sharing the screen, Christy?
Oh, sorry.
That's your job, producer.
Well, I see it live, so I guess it happened.
Okay, so it's on screen, is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
That
you
ma-
see it,
that ma-
right?
The McDonald. No, I can't see anything but my Windows viewer.
You
I've only
can't
got the
see
one
the
monitor.
screen. Oh, okay. Do you only have one monitor?
Yes,
Oh my God, you're a fucking old man. Monitors cost like nothing.
I had 3. Well, I'm using all my ports for my
Okay.
drawing tablet and all that other shit. So McDonald's, Jesus Christ, Christy, McDonald's called out order 867, and I yelled back 5309, and nobody laughed, and I felt really old, and I ate my burger in the playground area.
That's cute.
And this struck me funny because this is some shit that would actually happen to me if I actually ate clown food, which I don't. The face I make when Yankees hate the South but keep moving here.
Are there a lot of Yankees in your area?
They migrate down here by droves.
Mm.
America right now looks like a business that has fired a failing manager and hired a team of experts to fix the situation. That is very true. And for
I like
whatever,
it.
yeah, for whatever reason, the left hates that things are being fixed. I can't wrap my brain around it. Ireland is imposing a 125% tariff on imported U.S. goods until we agree to take Rosie back. Rosie O'Donnell moved to Ireland, and the Irish ain't happy about it. The whole island started to tilt over. Anyway,
I mean, is she really making that big of an impact in Ireland?
no, Rosie hasn't caught on yet that nobody gives a fuck about her. When you were an Indian, did you kill the buffaloes for their little wings? 2 for the price of 1 burn. If you put glasses and a wig on a blobfish, it becomes an angry woke activist. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, looks about right.
Firearms range. Braille.
Oh.
Why? What the fuck?
Took me a second on that one.
Who's going in there and shooting? The job of mainstream media today is to make you think that the views of 10% of the country are actually the views of the 90% of the country. Exactly right.
Exactly. I'd say even, maybe 5%.
Agreed. Alcoholism, heroin, meth, liberalism.
Hey, oh my God, that is published in Flip City.
Oh, nice.
That is Joey B. Tunes.
Nice.
But it's colored. I colored it.
Rock on. Okay. Which is our segue. Head on over to Fund My Comic and back Flip City Magazine. Funding right now.
That's right.
They're finally cutting our Social Security checks. Can we still vote? Stop American imperialism. We're not the world police. Cool. We're out. Traitor, Russian, Putin's puppet. All of that's true. This is 100% true.
Yeah.
You can't make this shit up. When you realize the most successful investors in the U.S. all just happen to live in D.C., well, ain't this place a geographical oddity? For immediate release, my fellow Americans, I signed all my executive orders with full knowledge of what I was doing, and I never used an auto pen. Signed by my own hand.
I love the drop shadow.
Yeah. Oh my Lord! Did you see that? All the signatures that were auto pen signed. It does make you wonder.
I only heard Trump talking about it, but
I
so I
saw
haven't
the
seen anything.
images, and
Mhm.
they were obviously auto penned, and it makes you wonder what Obama was. I mean, when the mysterious committee that was running the White House, Obama, uh, under Joe Biden, who was really in charge.
Yeah.
Mr. Anon, bring me a meme. Make it the dankest one that I've ever seen. I want more dank memes. If you have dank memes and you'd like to see them here on the show, be sure you send them to me. I'll be happy to throw them on the screen.
Yeah. Don't just tag him though. You got to DM him the meme.
Yep, DM them to me. Californians be like, I just hope an obese lesbian woman of color reaches us before a white man. Yes, this one's old, but it's never going to not be funny to me. I'm sorry.
You guys are so mean to us Californians.
only because that's headquarters for crazy.
It is.
Here's the thing. Once black people get guns in the country, the gun laws will change. Trust me. Hey, guys, I just bought a gun. Cool. Let's go to the range and shoot. Come back here and be racist. They're not conspiracy theories if they keep turning out to be true.
Yeah.
Like the recent one that, now it's known. I repeat, known, established. COVID came from a lab. It was man-made. That lab was in Wuhan, China. It didn't come from a wet market. And everything Fauci said under oath was a fucking lie.
Okay, well, that's the thing. It's so hard to keep up because, so many conspiracy theories keep ending up being true. Is the wet market still like the official narrative?
I don't know if they're overtly clinging to it. I have still heard
but it's just kind of like, oh, let's forget that we ever even said that.
That's kind of how they're playing it, but there are still libtards over on like social media that will bring that up and go, your conspiracy theory is wrong. It didn't, whatever. If you work for the Department of Education and are posting on Twitter about how angry you are about losing your job, please realize only 27% of school-aged children between 4th and 12th grade will be able to read it. 100% true story. Defunding the Department of Education and just getting rid of it. I'm blown away by the pontiffs who say it's going to harm children in education. Every single year, fact check me on this, people. Every single year since its inception, American literacy rates and graduation rates have gone down while their funding has gone up. That is a textbook definition of a failure.
Hey, about this, because I'm very closely tied, and I think you both your parents were in education, right?
Correct.
But I'm dealing with a giant portion of my family in education in California. They know it's so broken. They complain about it all the time. But shit like this, they about like, no, don't take away the Department of Education, and and rail on, leftist talking points. It's like, no, you don't. Like, do you not realize like things might get better? Well, we are in California, so they might get worse. But
yes, true. I mean,
these people are always complaining. These teachers are always complaining about all the shitty teachers out there, and it's because of policy and tenure and making it very difficult to fire.
Teachers union.
Yes, the teachers union. That's true. Hey,
my dad hated all of this. All of it. He hated it to his dying day. He hated the Department of Education. He hated the unions because he saw it for what it was. It's more about protecting a bureaucracy than it is improving education.
Yes. Oh man, do you have any idea Do you have any idea how much of budget goes to, administration versus children?
Yeah, the someone posted the count on that. The number of non-teachers to teachers ratio has been exponentially exploding since the Department of Education. There's more administrators than there are teachers.
Hey.
Can you explain this gap in your resume? Yes, that's when I was posting memes to accelerate the destruction of the deep state.
That
And
is kind of my resume.
I was going to say, if I was still in the workforce, I'm retired now, but if I was still in the workforce and I was interviewing someone and I asked this question and they gave that answer, I would hire them on the spot. You're my kind of people. Let's go to work. Libtard protesters should pace themselves. I haven't even got to the good stuff yet. Honey, what do you want to be when you grow up? A threat to the New World Order?
Nice. It's how I raised my daughter.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. Your kids should all be answering that question this way.
Mhm.
How Canada thinks they look threatening the U.S. How Canada actually looks threatening the U.S. Listen, that's not just militarily. We know that it would only take an afternoon to conquer Canada. Okay? That's not the goal. Nobody wants that as a 51st state. They're all liberals up there. Why the fuck would we want that? But they want to try to compare their GDP with ours. You'd last a month in an all-out trade war. How to politely tell someone they are stupid. Wisdom has been chasing you, but you have always been
We have to commit that one to memory.
I know, right? That's a good one to keep in the old data bank. Remember, boys, if saying leave the kids alone is an attack on a certain community, that community deserves attacking. I'm going to let that hang there for just a moment.
Yeah. Where's that goose? He's always chasing the people.
The goose is my hero. I love
Yeah.
that. Your chances of getting killed by a group of frogs are low, but never zero. Some things are so obvious it's ridiculous. Like she didn't need the sign. We knew. We see you.
Yeah. It's pretty much a uniform.
Yes. The only thing she's missing is the pink or blue hair.
Mm-hmm.
Me not watching the news because if it's important enough, I'll know about it through the memes. We're here for you. This is a service we provide here at the coffee shop.
Hey, how often do you get turned on to a news thing from memes? Like I'm thinking
Daily.
For me, it's probably about 90% of the news I see it in a meme first. I'm like, okay, what is this about?
Yep. I mean, if you think about it, back in the day, headlines in a newspaper were to get your attention so you'd read the article. Memes serve exactly the same purpose.
What are more entertaining?
Look, son, those people who cut their son's dick off think Elon Musk is going too far. President Trump made English the official language of the USA. Not sure what that means for Jasmine Crockett. The guy that's running against her in Texas, I love that guy already. He's awesome. I may do a spotlight, a deep dive on him next week. And our spicy meme of the week is absent, except for this.
Aww. That's really mean. That's not spicy. It's just mean.
Oh, God, Marty McFly, I love you, but damn, this is funny. All right, there you go, boys and girls. Meme review.
Dude, so I was getting distracted because we're having, during meme review, because we have a lot of newcomers. What is up? Happy birthday, KSSSSSS. Paulus Arts popped in.
Paulus, what's going on, buddy? I once got timed down on a certain channel for saying the host number was 8675309. I was timed out and told don't knock. Oh, sweet Lord. Kid, ASS, are you serious that really happened? Because if it did, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard. Hail Tank Ferret, good to see you. Take always shouts out the 2nd Battalion, 4th Marines. Oh, everybody say hi to everybody. It came from a lab. We all know it. Yes. Yeah, the PRC keeps saying America made it. Department of Education really able to check. Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Well read in the chat. Good to see you, my friend. So, God, the chat was hopping.
Yeah.
Since Trump has been elected, it is literally the news every day. It's like someone has thrown a pot of spaghetti against the wall, and the media is up there trying to find one noodle. It's too much for them. They can't take it.
Feels good.
It does. It does.
You know, the speed at which things are happening. Has this ever happened in our lifetimes?
No, pretty close under Reagan, but no. Now, I want to shoot this poll to the chat. I'm not going to post it as a poll. Just the left is now. You'll see the occasional post going that conservatives are having buyer's remorse over electing Trump, that they're displeased. If you absolutely voted for this shit, put a 1 in chat. If you don't like it, I won't ban you. Put a 2 in chat. I promise I don't ban people for their political views. I just try to educate them.
This is a free speech stream, everybody.
Absolutely right.
Who's going to put a 2 in the chat so we can make fun of them?
So I can forever target you.
Yes.
How did I put a 1 in chat?
Because I put a 1 in chat and I logged in as admin. That was me.
I had a moment, Christy. I was like, did I just have a stroke?
That was 1.25 says Tank Ferret. I don't know what that means.
He's either trying to be witty or there's some small part he doesn't like. Abo says, hell yeah, 1. Paulus Hart's, of course, coming in with the ever classic 69. Jesus Christ, Paulus. Christy was wielding the auto pin.
Oh shit, I can make Doc say anything I want in chat. Doc, did you also blow a tranny? I blew a tranny.
I'm not participating in that conversation. Yeah, their approval rate is the lowest it has ever been since statistics were kept, and Trump's approval rating is the highest of any president in history. Make it make sense. Hey, how about this, Christy? What do you think? Let's invite some of these lunatics on.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to open it up. Rex banned Carrie because she didn't like Godzilla. Ooh,
that's not true.
So, those of you that know the lore know that last week Rex pissed me off. So I streamed over him and killed him. I got more than double his views. There's the link in the chat. You are welcome to pop in. But here was Rex's crime, for those of you who don't know. I'm never going to let him forget it. And I did go on his show after this and confront him. Hey, there's Wagner. What's up, Wagner?
What's up?
I did not mean to cause trouble. And of course, I'm speaking about the Phyllis Diller comment. That wasn't good.
Oh.
What's going on, Derek? Hey, so for those of you who don't know, here's what Rex did to earn my ire.
Oh,
I was in his chat watching his show. I see you in the chat, Doc. And he said something about sending the link, and I said, I'm not home. I wasn't even home yet. And he goes, well, that's all right. I just kind of like it that it's me and just Shadowhawk talking, implying he wasn't going to send me the link. And then what did he do? 5 seconds later, hey, Scarlett, I see you in the chat. I'm going to try to find you on Twitter to send you the link. And I went, motherfucker, no, you did not. So
Is Scarlett a woman?
Yes.
That may, that well, okay. Sometimes women's company is more congenial than Doc's company, but I get it.
I think he made a good point though. Who doesn't want to hang out with chicks?
Mm-hmm. Some people it's hoes before bros, right?
Well, that's exactly the rule that he broke. He put hoes before bros. And I'm not calling Scarlett a hoe by no means. And by the way, Scarlett was there when I called him out on it, and she agreed. Oh, my God.
Well, I mean, if you disagree with Doc, you have to be ready to put up a fight. So it's much easier just to agree with Doc.
and also, I can understand him not wanting to confuse his audience. Okay, never mind. That one didn't land.
Oh my God, Darren's other job is as a street mime, where he is universally hated. So we had a very lively stream. We were joined by quite the crowd. Hey, what's up, Vaughn? Good to see
Vaughn.
you. If you want to pop on the links to the chat, Tank, you too. Paulus Arch, you're welcome. Gabe, you're always welcome, buddy.
Yes, dilute the Darren ratio for Doc, please.
I take care of that by myself.
Yeah, I know.
Vaughn, I know you closed out Phenomenova 2. I hope it went well for you. Yes, KSSS is always welcome, but KSSS never comes on a stream. But you've always had the invite. Abo, you've got the invite. Everybody's invited. If you want to come
on, let's make it a Wednesday morning party. Morning for me. Everybody's talking about cooking in the chat too,
right?
So I'm getting hungry.
What?
Oh, I still have to send you your grits. I got to write myself a note to do that.
Well, you've been enjoying your tahine. Oh, which, by the way, I told my niece, and because she was eating some watermelon that had tahine on it. And I said, I sent a Southern friend some tahine, and he put it in his tuna salad. And they're like, ew, gross.
I did too. I did. Yeah, that was me. I did.
Yeah, that was you.
And it was good. What do you mean gross?
Tuna salad.
It's red pepper or chili peppers and lime. How could it not go well?
Yeah.
You can mix liver with that and it'd be awesome.
Liver is terrible no matter what you do. Don't even try that with me.
That was an expression. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever eaten any organ meat, even though it's supposed to be really good for you.
That's what I'm eating right now.
I eat chicken livers and they're awesome.
I'm having my old man lunch. It's liverwurst.
Yeah. So as an adult, I went back and revisited all the things I didn't like as a child to say maybe my taste buds have developed. And sure enough, I loved just about everything. There were 3 things that stayed on the list of just hard pass, other than crazy shit. Like I'm not eating goat testicles. Get out of here. But I don't do beets. I don't do cow liver, and I don't do olives, period. I've tried, I've tried. It's terrible. Ugh.
I love olives.
I don't think I've ever eaten any organ meat. And clip. Send it to me, KSS. Send it to me, please.
When you say olives, are you talking about all olives or just black olives or just green olives?
Olives at all. They're just they're bitter, dried, nasty, yuck.
What about the ones with the little bit of piece of relish in the center? Do you ever have those?
You mean pimentos? They're horrible.
Yeah.
They're evil little green eyes that look back at you and they taste terrible. And then people will dice up the little matchbox wheels, the little black olives, and put them on pizza. That's disgusting.
Gotcha.
I love olives on pizza. Hey,
me too.
Don't you feel bad for the people who think cilantro tastes like soap?
My understanding is that's a genetic thing, that certain people only taste that aspect of it.
It's too bad because
I
cilantro
like
is wonderful.
Cilantro. Yeah. Now, You got to be careful with it because if you turn it up too loud, it's like rap music. It'll destroy your brain. But, KSSS is right with God. Doc is right. Olives are gross. Paula says, I don't like beets or liver either. Cabbage can suck it too. I'm okay with cabbage, but only as a side dish. Not the way Yankees do it, where it's the star of the show. Cabbage and potatoes. Get out of here.
I don't like rutabagas to this day.
I don't think I've ever tried one.
They're good.
I'll eat something else. I don't like eggplant unless you French you cook it like French toast in an egg batter.
French toast?
Yeah. If you slice egg, just like making French toast, except you have a slice of eggplant.
You mean just fried eggplant?
Fried eggplant, yeah.
Yeah,
I can
fried
eat it
eggplant's
fried.
great. It's not French toast.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'm just trying to help your
Not
audience.
putting maple syrup on it. Get the fuck out of here.
No, you're not putting maple syrup on it. No, it's not a breakfast dish. It's pay $100 in New York for a plate of that.
You're killing me.
I'm killing him, Christy. What's going on? Am I that bad today? I mean, I know I rubbed some feathers, but he's back. He's back.
He just blamed you for having to turn his camera off and
you cracked me
snot
up.
all over.
You cracked me up, and that gave me a coughing fit.
Sorry about that. No, I like olives, but I can understand why somebody wouldn't like it. I come from the dairy state, and there is one form of cheese that I can't stand, and that is cottage cheese, and it all has to do with
it's puke.
How my mouth thinks that it's sour curdled
It's
milk.
puke. It looks like puke. It tastes like puke. No.
Yeah.
That's another one on my list. Get out of here.
Right.
The only reason I didn't mention it was because if you cook it into lasagna, it's okay.
I was just going to ask that.
Yeah. I'm talking eating it straight. You're right. As lasagna, everything else in the lasagna overpowers it.
Mm-hmm. I would say it contributes to the lasagna nicely.
Yeah, it's the poor man's way of making lasagna. It's with cottage cheese.
Is it really?
Yeah. I think cottage cheese, it costs a lot less than ricotta. Which, by the way, I make my own ricotta, so yeah.
How is that different from making your own cottage? Doesn't ricotta come from the word cottage? Isn't it the same thing?
I've heard ricotta means twice cooked. So I actually don't make traditional ricotta because what you're supposed to do is cook it down, take those kernels out, and then keep the white and cook that down again. And that's why ricotta is more expensive. But I only cook it down once, and it makes a fine ricotta.
Well, that's cottage cheese.
Well, I think you have to add, to make cottage cheese, you need to cook it out at a higher temperature, then add the acid to make the kernels. And then it'll make more, of the rubbery, larger kernels.
Yuck. Anyway, yes, moving on. To the bran muffin. Blue cheese for wings.
I don't like blue cheese.
In small doses, yes, Paulus, agree.
Yeah.
I do.
The rest of the country uses ranch. Yes, I know. True New Yorkers with their buffalo wings use blue cheese, but the rest of the country uses ranch.
There's a great wing place up the road from me here, next little town up, and they will toss and fry in the sauces, so you can get it in blue cheese, ranch, the traditional buffalo sauce. It makes a difference, y'all. It's really, really good when they do that. Just saying. There he is,
Darren.
I am having a bad hair day, so the hat is on. Now, that doesn't mean
I always have a bad hair day.
Christy is having a hat, but she's promoting her magazine. I am just wearing a nostalgia.
I'm having a bad hair day.
Yeah, those whiskers are pretty crooked.
I had a tragic goatee accident. I was trying to even up the mustache, Darren, because I don't know about you, but I can't stand when the hair hangs into my lips.
Yeah.
So I was trying to do it nice and quick before a show because it was looking kind of and I cut that shit at every angle except the one I wanted, and I kept trying to even it up, and it's the old thing, you know.
Yeah, I was wondering why you're sporting. I was wondering why you're sporting that blonde Mongolian look. You know.
Yeah, I just kept this because a man can't have a naked chin.
No.
Only Kirk Douglas could do that.
Hmm.
Right, because he has a butt for a chin.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at that. Everybody's looking at that butt right there in his chin.
Yes, it says I looked up blue cheese, and it's defined as a yucky cheese that ruins the taste of all foods. Oh, get out of here with that.
Yeah. See, I'm so glad that we, covered your facial hair, because backstage when I came in today, I'm like, oh my God, Doc's top lip. I didn't want to say anything.
It's
I
also,
waited till we were live to hurt your feelings.
I know, right? Heartless witch.
I thought for some reason you did look younger, but I couldn't place it until you mentioned that goatee story.
Well, I was going to say, Christy got up on the wrong side of the avocado today. She jumped in the backstage while we're prepping, and she was just like, what the hell, Christy?
It's because it took me like 15 minutes to brush my hair, and I didn't want to.
That's why I don't mind this. I never have a bad hair day.
Might have to start doing that myself.
And it feels kind of good, too. I'm not going to lie. Feels good.
Well, I got to know, Darren, how long have you been sporting a big old bushy beard?
Since COVID. This is my COVID beard, and I decided to get rid of it. It's kind of slanted today, because I haven't brushed it or anything.
He looked in a mirror and saw his naked face and went, this is totally unacceptable. I must grow moss to cover my face.
Yeah. And then ever since then, I've adopted this Alan Moore meets Duck Dynasty look.
So, Darren, what did you think about those Hollywood actors falling through the sky, not the atmosphere, and returning to the disc? What was your thoughts on that?
I just reserve my thoughts. I have questions. They don't answer them, and I'm leaving it at that, because I'm willing to look the other way on that whole thing, given that Elon's also what he's doing with Doge seems to be like the right thing to do. So I suspend my disbelief.
Well, my question would be, though, not just to you, but to all the flat Earth community. Do we even deny that the thing splashed into the water?
No.
Okay, so then where did it fall from is my question.
Wherever they always fall from.
Yes, agreed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Space.
I mean, if you look at the trajectory of almost all rockets, they all seem to fly out over the Atlantic Ocean where they crash.
They go that way because that's how you establish a geosynchronous orbit.
That's what they tell us. That's what the people in the religious robes of scientism, which is basically a lab coat, tell us. Again, I
Hi, Mike.
I'm not out there trying to convince people.
I know you're not.
Of my suspicions, and oftentimes I won't even let somebody know that I harbor some doubt.
And I wouldn't out you, but you brought it up in chat, so you outed yourself.
No, all I did was ask a question. That's all I did.
So we will get into backstage, and I will thoroughly kick your ass in that discussion also.
Well, I think you did.
He thinks he will.
You did out Darren to me in a backstage once.
Yes.
You're like, Darren's a flat earther. I'm always kicking his ass in debates.
That it is indeed a mighty beard.
Yeah, he kicks my ass in debates the same way the United States kicked ass in Vietnam.
We won every single battle in Vietnam, Darren. Don't you ever
He declares
embarrass.
victory and then pulls out. That's what he does. Like sex.
We won every single battle, Darren. So that's not a really good analogy for your argument.
Yeah, well, there was a punchline there that got interrupted, but that's okay. That's okay. It's your show.
Wait, what now?
Rush Limbaugh said that the number one responsibility of every the number one responsibility of every guest on every show is to make the host look good.
Yes, this is absolutely true, and I do try to do that when I go on other people's shows. But every now and then, y'all. Yes, we discussed it, Mike. Yes, and there's not really anything in there. Now, I did want to say this. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and when I was on Christie's show, you know, she's got the tinfoil hat, the conspiracy corner thing, and I'm more there to debunk the conspiracy theorist than I am to be one. And all my life, I have believed Oswald was the lone shooter, but Oswald was shooting from the back. The surgeon that was there, that attended to Kennedy in the ER, stated at the time, not later, the entrance wound is here, the exit wound is here.
Mhm.
So unless Oswald shot from the book suppository and then ran to the bridge and shot from the front, there's more than one shooter. I just don't buy anything else since I've heard that testimony. And you can find it yourself on YouTube. Go listen for yourself. And he doesn't say it like it's this big revelation, because it was current. It was at that time. And he just said, yeah, that's where he was shot. And, you know, and how would he know that? Because he's the fucking surgeon.
Yeah. Yeah, the conspiracy theories, as it's called, or just doubt, in my, you know, what I just, you know, call doubt at this point. I don't, you know, conspiracy theory is kind of a loaded term, but the reason why they always come up is when there are unanswered questions that aren't answered, or out and out being lied to, and there are people who can see that,
Or
and
is
it's
it
not addressed.
Or is it fair to say that sometimes they are given answers, but people don't like the answers?
Well, sometimes that can also be the case with some of them, but for example, Epstein. Okay, if they didn't want people to come up with conspiracy theories about Epstein, there's a better way they could have handled whatever happened to Epstein. Okay.
Yeah, at this point, I'm a full blown conspiracy theorist on that, because that man did not Epstein himself. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah. There are people who swear up and down that they're not conspiracy theorists, but if you probe them long enough, they will come up with one that they do believe.
Sure, absolutely.
Like Russian collusion, for example. The Hunter, you know, things about the Hunter's body, you know, lefties who, you know, in particular, they I don't believe it's Bigfoot or anything like that. And then you'll mention this, and there are definitely ones that they believe in.
Sure.
Sure. In the world of cryptids, I've had British people tell me there's no possible way that a Sasquatch can exist, but then I mentioned the mysterious black cats they keep seeing in England, and they're like, "Oh, those are real." Like,
yeah.
You know?
When it comes to Bigfoot, I want to believe.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
I want Bigfoot to be real, but I'm kind of the Mitch Hedberg school. What if Bigfoot's just blurry?
Yeah.
What
Well,
Bigfoot's
99.
the photos
who
are in
watches-
focus.
Mhm.
He's just blurry, which makes him
Yeah.
even scarier, because there's a 10-foot tall, out of focus monster running around the woods.
Yeah. And as anybody who's watched Aaron Lopresti's stream, for example, knows that 99.99% of the footage that you see, especially on YouTube, is nothing more than clickbait. It's nothing more than a hoax. You know,
KSS
and,
brings up some of the Mandela effect stuff. There's those, and then there's the Fruit of the Loom logo, the Berenstein Bears. There's a lot of those. And
well, the Publishers Clearinghouse thing, I remember that too. Unless he worked for something that had a very similar name, I don't know. But
yeah, when you look it up, they kind of try to hand wave explain, and maybe they're right and we're wrong. I don't know, but I will tell you this: I remember the Fruit of the Loom logo having the cornucopia on it.
There's
I
a
do
lot
remember
of
that.
them. There is a lot of them, like the Berenstein Bear one. I hadn't even heard of the Ed McMahon Publishers Clearinghouse one.
Yeah.
But they keep
Well, I remember
popping
him-
up.
Yeah, I remember commercials where he would show up at people's porches with a great big cartoony check, you know, from Publishers Clearinghouse, and then they're telling me he never worked for him. Well, maybe he worked for the ad agency that was hired by Publishers Clearinghouse, but there
Or maybe it
definitely
was a
correlation
different
there.
sweepstakes.
Yeah. Maybe you know.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I would look into it, but I'm afraid that would hurt my brain.
Right.
I would lose brain cells for going down those rabbit holes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, KSS
There's-
says yes, Fruit of the Loom has that cornucopia. You're damn right. That's the number one that pisses me off. They say that the Moonraker girl at Jaws at the end, she smiles at him. He sees her braces and he smiles for the first time. And it's love at first sight. And they say she didn't have braces, and they show. You will not tell me that. I saw the shit live in a theater when it was released. Ooh.
Yeah. Now, a lot of this stuff, now with movies, they often have different cuts of the film for television and things like that. I mean, the 1978 Superman film was actually longer on TV than it was in the theater because they added they added back all kinds of stuff that was cut. But you know, and then things like the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia, you know, companies change and update their logos and their iconography all the time too. So I mean, there's a lot of that. I think that the Mandela effect to me isn't evidence of an alternate reality. It's just evidence of how the human brain commonly works.
Well,
and how people can get their wires crossed in memory.
Yeah, I don't think there's an alternate reality. Okay, I don't buy that. I do think that. Yeah, there's definitely some psyop shit going on with some of these. I can't wrap my brain around the girl not having braces. That one that's a hard no. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. And why else would he look at her? She smiles, and immediately he sees her braces, and he smiles with his big metal teeth.
Right.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, it's the only thing. It makes the scene work. If you don't have that part, the scene has no purpose for being there at all.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, hey, in case you guys don't know, our good friend John Dillard has a book coming out here pretty soon that he's the artist on. We got a little trailer for that, Christy.
We do. Here it is.
Lieutenant Rogers, this is a time-sensitive critical mission. You must pre-see the Nazi force and secure the artifact, then get to the extraction point before they arrive. Failure to do so will result in being hopelessly outnumbered.
It's time we take the fight to bed.
The news we have of the Allied invasion of northwestern France is still in that direction from the assertion.
For fulfilling this high objective.
Each of that it was 81.
Along the whole North African coastline, the Allies can strike simultaneously.
And we're back.
This segment of the Doc Blaylock program is brought to you by Wicked Pickle Whiskey.
Oh, are we drinking this early, Darren?
I disavow the name Wicked Pickle.
Do not drink that shit straight.
John Dillard is a friend. Yeah. He's a great artist. Looking forward to Golden Patriot. Is there a sign up for it, Darren? Do we know?
No, there might be a coming soon page on Ripasend, but I think that's all we have. Otherwise, he'd be plastering it everywhere, I think.
Okay, I got you. Hey, Grey Wolf, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Grey Wolf?
It's coming very soon, apparently.
Yeah. Darren is holding back on the launching his campaign because John Dillard is also the artist on Demifoot, and we don't want competing, and that makes good business sense to me.
Yeah.
You got to get that John Dillard money. What's up? What's up, Anthony Romano?
Hey, Anthony.
By the way, breaking news, most of the fulfillment on A Damn Dirty Thing is done. Anthony has shipped out Most of the physical, the digitals are finished. Oh, look at there, Darren. What do you got there, buddy?
This is a pocket printing. Yes, this is the novella on it. I'd never seen a novella printed in this format before. It's quite unique, at least to my limited understanding of how you print novellas. And so if you see the size of my hand, which is not a big hand, compared to it.
That's the old dime store size, is what that's called.
This is and in comparison, this is the comic book, and all the geedunk that you get with it. And I got the big package. The only thing that didn't come was the mug, but I understand that's on its way.
Yep, I got the mugs in yesterday. I took them over to the printer. If Anthony has sent her the files, she'll probably have those by tonight, and then I'll start shipping them.
Like, why?
That may have been the most frightening thing I've seen in months.
I'm going to start doing that every time people leave me on the camera.
I do the same thing. I'm like, ah! I'm going to drop the link one more time. Anthony, or if anybody wants to pop in, you're certainly welcome to do so. We're hanging out and having a good time. I am delighted that a lot of people have reached out and said, hey, I got my book, and they're posting it.
Yeah.
Carrie said she got hers. She's going to do an unboxing, which is awesome. But I'm really looking forward to hearing feedback from you guys on what you think of the story, because, you know, that's what really matters when you're putting out content. Oh, there we go. He got his physical copies of the comic book and novella a few weeks ago. Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Compared to my hand, which is not a big hand. And this was the birth of Darren's new nickname, Tiny Hands.
I have Darren-sized hands.
No one reads.
Piano player fingers.
You got sausage fingers. I've got spaghetti fingers.
I have piano playing fingers.
These are bass players' fingers. Got to have that 7-fret stretch.
Oh, hey, Christy, hold up your hand like this. I want to see.
No. Here we go.
Okay, so your second longest finger is your ring finger. Okay, gotcha. Interesting.
Not mine.
Are they not the same? Index.
You're not. Yeah,
they're like the
Doc's
same size.
Finger, Doc's index finger is his second longest finger. That's interesting to me. That's very feminine.
I'll show off my gimpy finger too.
No one reads these books, KSS. How dare you? Or Tree Goblin, sorry.
Oh.
Tree Goblin, how dare you? Did you get my book yet, buddy? Back my book.
Our volume 23 should be in our hands soon enough, and I'm thinking we might stream fulfillment because we fulfill for our subscriber base. And I'm doing it mostly to put Anthony to shame because we're going to fulfill so many more than he does. And in 2 days. Sorry,
Ouch.
Anthony, just got to do it.
Ouch. Ouch. Oof. Ouch. That hurt. But you're just doing the book. We got a bunch of shit on
true.
the campaign.
It is true. Yeah. I have discovered after, waddling my fat ass around the indie publishing scene, like how easy we have it in certain respects, which is we only send a book. We don't do merch and stuff like that. So,
that is a good question for the chat that I have been pondering for a while. Do you prefer a campaign that's just lean and clean? It's just the book, maybe one other item, or do you like a campaign that's got a whole shopping center full of stuff? Hey, Anthony.
Look, it's Anthony.
Get her, Anthony.
It's easy when you got one magazine you got to ship out, every 4 months? And I'm fulfilling 4 different campaigns. Every 3 months. And I'm fulfilling and working on 4 different projects at the same. And one of them being Dillard's. I didn't have anything to do with that. I'm just doing him a favor.
I literally trolled you to coming on live.
Anthony, look, she got up.
I haven't seen you in a while, Anthony.
She got up on the wrong side of the avocado. Backstage,
I did.
I was like, Christy, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I know. I got my claws out today. I'm sorry, you guys.
And then Wagner's
physical formatting, digital formatting, novellas, comics. prints, trading cards, tapestries, mugs.
The other thing too, you guys all, ship these things in like Geminis and stuff like that. We literally have an envelope that actually comes pre-stuffed from our printers, so we don't have to even stuff our shit. Shit.
So you're not sitting there folding Gemini mailers either.
Not doing anything like that. No tape.
Oh, damn, Gary.
Man, you're holding a grudge, Gary. That was like 2 weeks ago.
It was.
Oh.
But, in fairness to Anthony, he did come on my stream and help me stream over Rex.
Oh, that's nice.
Because Rex broke the rule.
But in answer to your question, I guess it all depends. Like if it's my first, let's say somebody's introducing something like, Kit Carter or something. I'm just going to throw out, words like that. Or let's say it was, the first ever, book for the Buckler or something. Then I appreciate having a tier that doesn't have any other gee-dunk on it, unless it's a stretch goal that happened to be made. Then it's a bonus, right?
Right.
But if I've already backed it and it's already made goal, anything that I get just out of hand, like a trading card or whatever, that's a bonus, yes. But it's not. I don't want to seem ungrateful, but it's not really what I was after. But still, it's nice to have.
They're going to bust your chops no matter what, Anthony.
The Tree Goblin's probably right, and I probably don't even know about 8 of those. I probably only know about 2 of those betrayals, but there probably are 10. So.
I lose track. I do it so frequently I can't keep up. I'm thinking, in the future, all of the Jake Bishop stuff will have a comic and a novella because I like writing noir. But other than that, every campaign will have a tapestry and a mug, and that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe freebie cards. That's not a big deal. But it's not going to be something else that you have to buy on the campaign.
Right.
So there'll be 2 add-ons and the book. That's it.
Typically what we do. The only reason why we did it different with Lightbringer 2 is because of with the MAGA hats or the MALGA hats because Linkara called Liz a Trump-supporting Nazi piece of shit. So we were like, all right. And I said, don't retaliate publicly. I was like, we'll get them on the campaign. And we put the hats on. So that was the only reason why we did the hats. And
lean into the controversy and monetize it.
Yeah. And typically we would do 2 tapestries, 1 for each cover, because I usually try to do 2 covers. But on that campaign, we did 1 tapestry and the hat. So this way it wasn't too much. Like, we took 1 away and so.
Carrie says, Anthony, curious minds want to know if Fanta is still your online wife. She said some stuff that kind of got on Anthony's wrong side on that stream we did the other day, though.
Oh yeah, what was that? It wasn't that bad. I don't even remember.
It was her musical taste and some food stuff.
Oh, the food stuff. Yeah. That stuff can't be in the house.
So look,
what was it?
Mayonnaise and bananas.
Okay, let me address that. Banana sandwiches are a very common thing here in the South, and it's not a banana and mayonnaise sandwich any more than it's a ham and mayonnaise sandwich. Mayo just happens to be what you put on the sandwich. So you're having a banana sandwich. You put mayo. What are you gonna put? Mustard?
Peanut butter.
Out of here. No.
Peanut butter and honey.
No, see, I knew you were going to say that because that fat ass Elvis did that. That is not acceptable.
I used to work in an ice cream shop, man. Banana and peanut butter and like vanilla ice cream or chocolate. Oh, dude, so good.
I'm not saying it's not good, but if you just want a banana sandwich, you put a little mayo on there. No big deal.
What about Miracle Whip?
No, Miracle Whip is a war crime.
Darren, you're a Miracle Whip guy?
My family.
God.
I didn't put him out. Christy did that.
I didn't buy the groceries in my house growing up. My parents bought Miracle Whip and not mayonnaise. And but what's funny was we called it mayonnaise, and then when I got in the Navy, and I'm sitting at a table across a guy from New Jersey, an Italian happened to be named Anthony too. I pointed at a basket. There's a basket that had mayonnaise on it, Hellman's, and then it had one that had Miracle Whip, little packets, right? And I pointed to the Miracle Whip, and I said, "Can you pass the mayonnaise?" And the other Anthony, he did the Al Pacino thing. His eyes got really big, but his voice got very small. He goes, did you just call Miracle Whip mayonnaise? Yeah, I'm like, I heard there were people who did that, but I've never met one before.
Yes. Dude,
Yes.
there were 2 times that I distinctly remember in my childhood going over to friends' houses and they say, "You want a sandwich?" And they put Miracle Whip on it. And it was, oh my God, I was just, I took offense.
When did Kerry start hating me?
At this point, I don't buy Miracle Whip anymore. I'll buy a little jar of mayonnaise for sandwiches now because I do prefer it when it's fresh and obviously.
All right.
It goes
So
quicker and
yeah, we all agree that Miracle Whip is an abomination before the living God. But Carrie, you don't get a comment. Fuck you, Christy. That banana mayo is gross because you put tuna and corn on pizza. You've lost all credibility.
What?
Yeah. Tuna and corn.
Man, Kerry's really holding a grudge. Don't make me side with DG again. That was awkward.
I don't hate you, DG. You're fun to play with, though. Yeah, listen, it's been at least 48 hours since Anthony streamed over me.
It's been 2 weeks.
I said at least 48 hours. You're covered.
You've streamed more since then than I have.
Well, in fairness to myself, my usual schedule is every Wednesday here on the coffee shop, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then during the week, there's one free refill. I just go live randomly and just hang out.
Yeah, right. But I haven't done much streaming because I've been working, Christy, filling multiple campaigns. Folding Gemini mailers and bagging and boarding comic books and
banging and boarding.
I do agree that bagging and boarding is hard. Like it takes me a long time because we only sell one thing where we bag and board, and that's our collector super pack, which you can pick up at fundmycomic.com/flipcity24. And yeah, that does take a while.
I'll say this, okay. I am delighted that people are getting my product in their hands. It makes me happy to see people posting. Look what I got in the mail, and it should. Yeah, bagging and boarding should. Christy's got a live banging and boarding should be a new show. You know, KSSS. I think you're a programming genius, but Christy's going to live stream fulfillment, and I think John Diller's the only person that's ever done that. Otherwise, isn't he? Didn't John live stream sitting out in his carport? Bagging and boarding.
I don't remember.
Nasser
a while
did it.
back.
Nasser did it way back in the day.
See,
when he
was
still around.
But I'm remembering that correctly, aren't I?
I believe
John do it? Yeah.
I'm just envisioning Anthony doing fulfillment, and he's sitting there, and he's like, "Bag this, ship that. I'll make them all pay."
I will say this. I have pictured him going, cigarette hanging from lip. Motherfucking shit. I'm so tired of this.
You guys are both pretty accurate. It was funny. Ethan's lawyer, Scott, backs my projects. Probably more for... he probably won't do it anymore because the case is over, but he probably did it more for legal purposes. But when he called me to tell me that the case was over, he also told me that he got a damn dirty thing. And he was like, as soon as I opened up the Gemini mailer, he's like, I just smelled cigarettes. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry about that. And he was like, no, it fits the noir theme. He's like, you should definitely market it that way.
I was going to say.
I was like, what are you telling me, Scott? Just blow cigarette smoke all over the Gemini mailers?
I was going to say we don't charge anything extra for that ambiance. It's a noir book. It should smell like whiskey and tobacco.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe I'll put a little of the cheap whiskey in a spray bottle and just on the inside of the Gemini mailer.
There was some book that Dark Gift sent out to people and it had dog hair in it. Like people were that they could see a long like dog hair or cat hair or something, some animal hair in the book. I don't remember what the exact situation was.
Is that okay? So maybe I'm all right. So it could have been Canadian Tussle because Dillard sent me a picture of someone holding the book.
Yep.
And he had like something circled, and I'm like, what am I looking at? Because like, I'm like, I didn't.
It's a dog hair.
I mean, to me, like my mind just like cuts dog hair out, right? Like, cause I just
Yeah.
live in I'm like Pigpen in like the Peanuts. Instead of a cloud of dust, it's a cloud of dog hair as I walk through the house. So I'm like, am I looking at a tear in the book? What am I looking at? Like, you know? and he never answered me. So I wonder if that's what it was.
Probably, unless you're a werewolf. Are you a fucking werewolf, Anthony?
Carol, you do have a wrench, but thank you for flipping the table. Always appreciate a good table flip. Dark Gifts books come smelling like cigarettes with dog hair. That's the mark of Dark Gift comic shipping. That's right. Trademark, copyright.
You should collect dog hair from your dog and put one strand in every comic. Somewhere.
I got no problem with that because Jake Bishop's got his dog Potluck, so it's an authentic Potluck hair.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
You know,
Just make sure it's not a short curly hair because we don't like that.
Oh. Yeah, early on, I had a reader email me saying, "Do you have dogs or cats in your house? Because my cat went crazy sniffing the magazines." And then I look closer, and in the tape, there's dog hair. And I remembered shipping that because my box had tipped over in my car, in which my dog rides in. And I'm like, yes, it tipped. It tipped and picked up dog hair.
This is the authentic ambiance you get from independent creators. You won't get this from the big boys. You're not going to get our beloved pets DNA in a package from DC or Marvel. Oh, she says, I was going to unbox Damn Dirty Thing with a Bugs Bunny mask, but I don't think I can wear it now. It'll make me want a cigarette. I don't know if you wear a mask, it might protect you a little bit.
I actually got to her quick. Yeah, and the reason why, Carrie, it took a while is because we, other than some of the, the newer backers that we've gotten, but the original backers, such as yourself, we were saving the overseas for last. No offense, because you can get more fulfilled if you just do the domestic first. You get more out the door for less, Yep.
And
dealing with the custom slips is always a pain in the ass.
Yeah, see, that's every time I get ready to fire Anthony, I go, I couldn't figure that shit out to save my life. I better keep him.
And I always try to make sure, because obviously certain countries, they got the VAT tax, right? Mm-hmm. So when you got to put what's in there and how much it costs, right? So I try to put the wholesale, manufacturing price. You know what I mean? So instead of $7, I put in $2.50. So this way, try to save them a couple of dollars. So I got to figure all that out.
I don't want to mess with international shipping. I just want American audience.
What I'm going to do in the future is just grab an armful of product and go on a cruise. I'm just going to cruise over to England and deliver them. I'm going to cruise down to Australia, deliver the one that somebody buys in Australia.
I mean, on a serious note, it's getting to the point where, I, for the first time in 5 years, I'm like, do we cut out international?
No.
I know. I don't want, you know what I mean? But it's getting to that point where it's is it worth it for them to even buy a physical copy anymore?
Yeah.
If the book is $7 and they're paying $30 in shipping, what? It's the point. That's why.
Yeah. And I'm cutting me own throat on my pricing, guys. Anthony's here. He can verify. We're backstage. And I said, how low can I go without cutting into our margin? And that's how I figure out what I'm going to sell product for, because I know what it's like to be broke.
Wow. Shadowhawk mailed her something. And it costs $32 extra just so she can pick it up. Holy
32
shit.
pounds.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, basically
That's
the
more.
equivalent of what, yeah, it's like $35. Yeah, but like, yeah.
Carol, I'll say this: when I retired and I started going out in t-shirts and shorts, I live in a medium-sized town, and I have treated probably 60% of the population here when I was a counselor, and they freaked out to see me putzing around in shorts and a t-shirt. You don't look normal. Like, well, I'm not normal. What gave you that idea?
I wonder how much it cost Carrie extra to get what the VAT was, because I still don't know what that translates to out of her pocket. You know what I mean? Like the overall cost I put down was like $6 for because she got the book and the novella. Oh,
Yeah.
she might have got all.
Oh, that's
three.
right. You actually have to tell them the value of the merch.
Right. So I put like what it cost us to make.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of the cover price. You know what I mean? To try to help like a little bit, alleviate a little bit. I don't know how much that's helping though. That's why I'm wondering what she had to pay extra, if anything.
Someone in 60% of the homes has been through one of the programs that I was a counselor at, probably. Just based on numbers. Keep in mind that I specialized in addiction work, and I had a contract with the Department of Corrections and another contract with Family and Children Protective Services, right? So the census on those was between 100 and 200 people several times a year, and the town ain't that damn big, so you got to figure. My son was in your program. Okay. I don't know who your son is, but okay, cool. Sorry, that was an absolute stream killing comment. Let's see. Thing is right. You must back campaigns outside the states, right? What? And it's up to an individual if the company whatever worth shipping costs. Yeah, I agree. Carrie said, let them make up their minds if they're willing to do that. And I agree with you, Carrie.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way. Like if something's being imported from overseas to me here, I know I got to pay a little more for that.
Like I've thought about like it would just become more complicated. Like I know somebody that did this once, and I don't know if they continue to do it because it sounds like it can get complicated. Would be like the campaign was strictly for domestic, but if international wanted it, he had people reach out to him privately so he can like customize the shipping cost rather than do like a blanket international shipping, you know? So that just seems like more work though.
Yeah.
You know?
KSSS, I was the only one doing group therapy for addicts that would have a smoke break in the groups. Go smoke. But my theory on that, of course, is let's break one addiction at a time. Let's deal with the heroin before we worry about the cigarettes.
Right. Carrie didn't answer if she actually had to pay a VAT on it or not.
Q, it's good to see you, buddy. Let me make sure Q gets a wrench.
Is he from Hen's Chat?
No, Q is from the Madness. He's in Denmark.
Gotcha.
Or the Netherlands, excuse me.
I feel like there's a Quentin over there too.
He's always doing the live draw streams. He's always in there.
Yep. He's Q is someone I want to get, and we should all utilize his services. That guy can do some voice work, dude. Like you want an old timey radio broadcasting voice? We fuck with him all the time and get him to do it live, and it's amazing. It's uncanny.
I'm telling you though,
we
need to crowdfund for a better mic for Q. His mic sucks.
Well, we got to do that for me as well. Come on now.
No, your mic's fine.
Carrie said she didn't have to pay a VAT, which means I guess what I'm doing is working.
Okay, all right. I didn't see the answer. Oh, there it is. I didn't have to pay extra once it arrived in England, if that's what you're asking. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Because basically the value of my books, the British government said, was nothing. There's no value to this.
Well, if I put down that it's worth like $6 American, it probably translates to like £5. And like, what are they going to tax your 10 cent, like whatever the equivalent of like 10 or 25 cents is going to be? You know what I mean?
Right. So. I meant to ask you guys, my UK watchers, are you starting to see King Charles on your money yet, or is it still the Queen? I don't know why these things go through my head, but that popped in my head the other day, and I want to know the answer.
Well, I know bullion he started to appear on their bullion, but that's actual like gold and silver coins. I don't know about the common courtesy if they're seeing that, but I mean they also use the euro, which doesn't recognize.
Yeah, screw the euro.
I mean, their quids might have them on them. I don't know. But,
quid?
Yeah.
I mean the pound?
Slang. Well, yes. Quid is to pound what buck is to dollar.
Thank you for enlightening me, Darren. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
That was your audience. Yeah.
They use Carol coin overseas. The UK is ruled by King Chuck III.
King Chuck.
Soon to be
firing shots across the channel. I wonder how long he'll hang on before he goes, all right, I got to wear the crown for a while. Now I'm going to get out of the way and let my son be the longest ruling king ever.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is going to be on the $1 billion bill.
It's funny. I don't know when they started taking like bills greater than $100 bill out of circulation, but I saw a little video on YouTube. It was from Ripley's Believe It or Not, hosted by Jack Palance, where he's showing you all of the dollar bills that were available in 1980, and they went all the way up to like,
I know there was a $10,000 bill,
and
I think it was a $50,000. Yeah, okay. I know I've seen a $50,000.
Mm-hmm. And it was fascinating who's on all those bills, and of course they took most of those out of circulation. Now they only used basically by banks now for
I've had people
in between.
I've had people deny the existence of the $2 bill, but no, I was around when that was a thing, and it was real.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I knew a guy who tried to pay for something at a Hardee's down the street, and they kept saying we don't accept funny money. And he's like, that's legal tender, and the manager literally just kicked him out, and he got some money for that. They wouldn't accept it because they just didn't know, and they were so confident in their ignorance of the situation, and he said, next year I'll really fuck him over and bring 2 Susan B. Anthony dollars in there.
I was about to mention the Susan B. Anthony dollars. I remember trying to spend those. That never took off, not even for a minute.
No. They look too much. They were too similar to a quarter. Is what I think the issue was. They look too much like a quarter.
Yeah. See, Carol gets them.
But I think the movie Lethal Weapon 2 was the last time in a movie I saw a $100,000 bill. Yeah.
Oh my God, Q. That is kind of funny, but he's not. All right, we're getting ready to wrap this thing up. I want to thank, as always, my lovely co-host Christy. Tanner, stop blowing those trannies, and we'll see you back on the show next week. Darren, thanks for coming out, buddy. I appreciate you. He told me before the stream he was having a bad hair day. He didn't want to come on. Anthony, thanks for coming out. Carol, kiss my entire ass. Chat, great to see all of you guys as always. Christy, play us out of here.
Okay, it's gonna take me a second.
No, you got to be
everybody
on top of these
hang
things.
tight. Okay, bye. See you later.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm tired of talking to you.
And don't think it hasn't been a little slice of